gorgeous Taurus. How are you guys? Thanks for joining my channel. My name is Kristen. I am a metaphysical healer and psychic guide. I want to take a second to say thank you so much for allowing me to guide you on your journey. I take so much pleasure and honor in doing this for you. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell so I can reach you on the next video. If you like my approach, please check my information below. I do offer personal readings. I do have a special going on, 40-minute reading for $20. And I do also offer a guidance for crystal children as well as long-distance Reiki. So all my information is below if you are interested. That special is going on for the remainder of January, so please take advantage of that. I do ask that you guys just turn down the dial of noise and chatter in your head, all right? Turn off that compulsive, repetitive just words and calculations and noise and too much thinking. Just really, you lose touch with reality. So let's just connect with our senses and feel out our ideas, okay? Since our reality is our manifestations of our ideas. When we feel our ideas, we manifest them, right? So positive or negative. So please just, I appreciate you guys staying positive with me. And I also want to point out, I don't have a terrible view right now. I've had a really hard time with all the weather going on. I'm surrounded in snow. But I do, the energy from Crestone Mountain is quite incredible, and it's very powerful. So I pull a lot of that energy from that mountain for you. But I would like to, also put out there to use discernment, because it is intense. So stay positive, and that is important, but it is very powerful, and I am so glad to be able to provide that energy for you, okay? So this is a general reading. It will not resonate with everybody, but take what does and please leave the rest. This is a general reading for the remainder of January. We're going to really get clarity on how you're doing in general, your love, your career, your home aspect, and what's coming, okay? So I'm going to pull from the Major Arcana, 7 cards from the Major Arcana, okay? And this is going to give me just some additional clarity on the energy surrounding each aspect that we'll cover. So we will pull these. So Taurus, how has the new year been treating you? You've been busy in a get her done kind of mode. You've been pondering on new and wonderful ideas and things you're going to do this year. No matter what it is, I know it's fantastic. You guys are awesome. All right. Awesome, and you work really hard. I respect my Taurus here. All right, starting out with the World, the Lovers, the Devil, the Wheel of Fortune, the Fool, Empress, Strength. Apologize, there was a card in here that shouldn't have been in there. Okay. Now, so these are just general energies for the aspects that I'm going to cover, okay? And you have some fantastic Major Arcana cards. All right, let's go ahead and pull the remainder. Getting this love thing. You guys have a love thing going on. I'm feeling all kinds of excited, but sentimental. What's going on? Not that I'm not usually sentimental, but especially so. All right, let's see what's going on. You got the lovers and the love, so I think we're kind of close. What we're feeling here. It's a good thing. Bear with me. Let me get your cards out here, and then we will read them, okay? I don't take reversals. I feel like they're pretty straightforward by themselves. Just so you know. And what I will do is I will look at each one, and then I will put them up so you can see what they are. This way, I'm not, overwhelming your senses with information. And I'm using a newer scribe, so I apologize if I'm kind of all over the place. I love this. It's going to be fantastic. It gives some wonderful clarity, but I am still getting a little bit used to it. Taurus. Got your future cards here. All right. And what is the most important that you need to know now? Interesting. Star card. Okay, guys. Let's get started here. Okay. So overall, I have, your central feeling about things in general is the Wheel of Fortune. You're feeling really good about, in general where things are going, the new year. You're optimistic about the situation. You're kind of doing, you're focusing on the aspects of yourself that you can really kind of bring to balance to make your world even better. Okay. As far as your personal feelings, where you presently are, you've got the Nine of Wands, okay, and let me keep pulling here. You've got Temperance, okay. So you're trying to pull, that strength and that perseverance and that I got this, I can do this, really out into the mainframe of what you do every day. But you are feeling some anxiety about this situation, okay? But there's good coming. You've got some really good positive stuff coming. So give me just a second. Let me kind of fill this out and I'll put them up there for you, okay? So I feel like with the Nine of Wands, I feel like the Temperance and this Nine of Swords and the Six of Wands, you're really putting a lot of your own tension on the situation, okay? You're trying really hard to pull that perseverance for the future. You're trying not to let, negative thinking come into your world. You're really trying to just heal yourself from kind of negative thinking, old habits, old belief systems, and sticking to what's positive. Okay. I also feel like there's really a goal you're trying to reach here with everything, emotionally. I feel like you really just want to see things in a positive and almost celebratory type of a way. Like everything is just great all the time. And as long as you can keep that to your, that way about that feel about your existence day to day, your quality of life, then you're getting the impression that everything is well. But for some of you, I have a feeling that you're seeking positivity. Let me use a different word. You're seeking gratification from areas that you don't necessarily need to. Okay, you don't always have to go seek that acceptance or that reassurance from the outside world, right? Because sometimes it's not always honest, and sometimes we really have to take a moment and dive within ourselves and find that healing, release what doesn't serve us anymore, release the negative thinking, and in the end you do get to that positivity. But if you're band-aiding it by seeking a superficial like an ego band-aid, this is the word I came up with, it's not going to last too long. You're going to get to this maybe for a moment, but that doesn't mean you're going to feel that way truly, right? Truly inside, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to feel that way. So keeping that positivity within yourself, letting go of what doesn't serve you, releasing that negativity is going to bring you that healing that you're looking for in a constant state of positive thinking that doesn't involve seeking out something that will do that for you, okay? It'll be within yourself at that point, okay? Not easy to do, but the end is very positive. You're going to get there. You're on your way there. I feel for a lot of you, you've been doing this for a long time, and you're like, I'm here. I'm already done that, right? And you are. That's where you're at now. By the end of, the month, you're starting to feel this. You are into this place starting into February. You're feeling this this new sense of success and well-being. Okay, that's what I'm getting for you on just kind of your overall feeling for the rest of the month here. Okay. As far as the love and relationship section goes, I feel like there is a lot of hold up with communication, that there is, let me show you what I got for you here. The Eight of Swords is the overall influence, okay? And then you've got, the Three of Swords. So you're feeling restricted, and you're feeling like you are trying to figure out what you want to do. I feel for some of you, this is about if you're wanting to separate from a current relationship that you're in to go to a new one, and you're trying to figure out if that is what you need to do. And for others of you, I feel like you are struggling with being at a distance from somebody. You've got the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. You're really wanting to let go of all of the negativity, of everything that's not been dealt with, right? And you want to find a positive outcome in the situation. Okay, you're really, for those of you who are at a distance, you're trying to figure out if this is something that is worth. I feel like there's a lot of change involved with doing this. Maybe you need to move. Maybe you have to have, maybe you have to deal with a lot of outside talk and thinking and influence and interpretation of other people's emotions and feelings, right? But this has nothing to do with other people, right? This has to do with how you feel. Now, that's not to say that if it's going to affect something very important in your life, you shouldn't address it. But if we're talking just how other people are generally feeling about your situation, then that is none of their business, right? I mean, that's something that they are going to have to deal with in their own way. Perhaps they're dealing with their own struggles, and watching you succeed is upsetting them, and that's just in general. I feel like hands of itches, money. I feel like money has a lot to do with some of this. Maybe you're dealing with. I feel like some of you have a child support kind of a situation going on. Like maybe there's kind of an unfair situation where you are not able to see your kids right now, but you're putting out a lot of money, and you're feeling very trapped in the situation, especially if you're dealing with the legal end of it. Perhaps there's not much communication, yet you're still putting out a lot of this money, and you're not able to see them. And you're really wanting a successful end to the situation. You feel like you got all of your ducks in a row, and you're doing what you need to do, but there's just not quite this balance in the situation when it comes to that particular situation. I see kids in this. I feel for you on that. My heart got kind of heavy there for you, so I feel bad for you if it is that situation. And if you don't mind, I don't generally pull clarification cards on these, but I have kids, and my topic is very dear to me, and I just feel like clarification sometimes is good. Okay. So yeah, I feel like there's something going on with the other parent, where there might be some not truthful situations going on, which would coincide. I mean, if there's a lack of communication that's has this much emotion and hurt that goes with it, this definitely ties together. So it looks like there's some kind of situation where communication is not very good with the other parent, or so for some of you with the other partner, there is no communication right now going to the other side. I feel like this is more for the masculines. There's not much communication going on with their feminine right now, and perhaps there's some secrets or some things that haven't come out yet that you need to deal with. And in doing so, you're kind of putting yourself in, this self-perpetuating stress for no reason, because there's so much lack of communication involved, and there's something that needs to come out. And this person, for those of you I'm talking about in this particular situation, this person you're dealing with, I feel like they kind of don't deserve it. Like, they might be pretty awesome, that they take care of their stuff. They're overall emotionally well-rounded, right, with their money, with their emotions, with their life, and I feel like they're feeling kind of yucky about the situation, like maybe there's something you need to address with them. This could be vice versa, as well. So for cross watchers, it could be you that is the person that's holding out and needs to address the situation with your Taurus. So that could go both ways there, but I wanted to just kind of see. So the good thing, okay, positive in the situation is that with the Lovers card, it's not always about a romantic relationship, right? This is also about choices, and the relationship overall is very loving, and I feel like once that is addressed in the situation, whether it's on the other person's end or on your end, once that's addressed, as far as that's what's most important in the situation, whether it's with the kids or whether it's just in general with the two of you and your overall well-being, right? That overall, your well-being in the situation, your ability to love in return, if you can't do that, then there's something blocking you. And whether it needs to be addressed back to the court systems for your children to be, and I apologize, I keep going back and forth, but whether that needs to be just addressed very directly so that you can have that back, that needs to be done, because there's so much love here that's not to be let go of. Okay, this is divine. This is meant to be. This is your God-given right to have this love, and to have love within yourself. So if you can't be loved and love in return, then that's what you need to work on. Okay, but this is a positive card. This is a card that shows to pursue, of course you pursue, to a positive pursuit of the situation, okay? And we'll leave it at that. Okay, going on. So as far as your career aspect goes, okay, your overall is the Devil. So I feel like some of you, there's a change going on in your job. I think for some others of you, you feel kind of trapped in your job. Perhaps there's a job change going on in this situation as well. Okay, you have the Ten of Cups. Okay, you've got the Six of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the High Priestess. So yeah, there's something coming in, whether it's a promotion, a new position. I see something with a new industry possibly, but I do see that this is something that has a lot to do with who you are, as a person and what you want to give to the world. Whatever direction this is going in, it is following that as well. So you also are feeling very wholesome in the fact that intuitively it's also going along with where you're meant to be, what you're meant to do, who you're meant to reach as well, okay? I feel like you've worked very hard in whatever it is you've needed to gain to get here. You've worked really hard, and it's being recognized, okay? It's being recognized by the universe with a new opportunity, okay, in business, a new, and whatever that is, it is also giving you a very wholesome feeling that is like, oh, you know, okay, finally, we can just relax here, okay? We can relax. It's coming in. This is happening. I worked hard for this. I knew it was going to happen. You know, that's kind of the feeling that you have right now. And it's wonderful. It is wonderful. And it goes very nicely with the devil, because the devil isn't always a negative card. Or, I don't know. Actually, I very rarely see it as a negative card, depending on what's surrounding it. I see this as an act of change, that you're getting out of a bondage situation where maybe you felt held down or not serving your higher purpose. And this opportunity, this change is going to allow that to happen. So that is wonderful. All right. So in correlation with home and how you feel, I see that you are trying to balance, you know, the changes with the normal way that you or your family does things, okay? You're trying to find a way to let everybody know kind of what's going on, and, you know, that this is for the best, and you, hang on just a second, guys. You know that your approach in this situation is going to be very important, but you also know that this change is important, and that being clear with your family on how this is going to happen is going to be really important, okay? Giving that love and that attention to the emotions that some people might feel with the change is going to be really important, okay? Because I feel like some folks might be, somebody you're dealing with, might be a little bit hard for them to take on this change. Maybe change is really hard. Change is hard for everybody, and it's going to take a lot of your sensitivity to the emotion. Okay, a lot of warmth, a lot of love, a lot of taking the mind off of the stress. Okay, because especially if you're dealing with kids, sometimes it's hard when you've got, if it's, you know, say you're moving, you know, for this job. I don't really see that too much, but I do see that there might be a schedule change. The type of work that's changing might affect some people. You might be a little bit more in tune and connected, and a little bit more just drained at the end of the day, you know, and so they're going to have to kind of get used to how that's going to feel. But that's temporary, you know, as is all transitions, temporary. But in the end, you know, it's showing that you're doing a great job in providing that love and that care and that nurturing for your family, because it is tough for everybody. And if it's you that's feeling that difficulty in the situation, you know that the universe is letting you know that this is a situation to be feeling fantastic about. This is a complete, well-rounded cycle that has started to manifest from your hard work, right? This is a feeling that you should have, that it's deserving. The timing is now. I mean, it is well deserved as far as how long you've come to get to this point. And I feel like your family is really, once they understand that you're supporting the situation as usual, you know, they're going to feel much better about the situation. Okay, as long as everybody in the end of this, that's the kind of the ending here. By the end of the month or the end of the situation, everyone's going to be feeling very wholesome about it and very well-rounded, and that this was a great choice, and just proud of you and proud of all the hard work that you've put into it. Okay. All right. Now, as far as the future and how the future is looking, you've got the Empress. Okay. Overall, immediate, you have the Fool. And really what you're wanting to happen is Strength card. So just wanted to kind of let you see those just for a second. And they go well with the future. So what I want to do is break those down a little bit. Oops. So with the Empress, okay. You are going to be in a position where you are going to feel so great about where you're at in the situation. There is going to become a moment where you're going to need to just take a moment and rest, okay? And whether that's just taking a second and celebrating the situation and recognizing, wow, this is all happening for me. Don't get overwhelmed. You know, sometimes it's tough to get a lot of changes and we get overwhelmed by this, but you are getting a major triumph over, you know, any adversity that you've had or any struggles you've had. Okay, you are absolutely getting over that struggle and coming into a feeling that you are on top of it. You have worked hard for this. The Queen of Wands has a lot to do with feeling good. You know, you're busy. You feel like things are moving along and feeling good. And you know, sometimes we can get to where we feel like, okay, I don't want to stop because I've been working so hard and I finally got where I want to go, and this actually goes over here, and I don't want to stop the momentum, right? Because what if something, right? All these what ifs, but that's negative thinking. So take that out of it and remind yourself that these kinds of thoughts is just telling you that you need a second to rest, okay? Because you should be feeling like that about the situation, like everything's under control, okay? I've got this. And resting sometimes, and instead of working hard, and then your body and your world forces a rest, you're a very hard worker, so find balance in how much is expected of you and what it's going to take for you to feel like you've accomplished and reached your goals, okay? And in doing so, you're going to eliminate that negative thinking, because everything that's coming in for you is extremely positive, okay? Your immediate future and the strength. So you're feeling like on top of the world. This is a whole new way of doing things. You actually are able to balance. I keep saying balance because I see where you're going to have more time in your life to do things. You're going to be able to enjoy some of those qualities and riches in your world that you have always kind of set aside, you know, because you want to put your work and the security of your family and yourself first. And you're finally getting an opportunity to have a different way of feeling and still being able to feel that strength in your hard work, okay? You can still feel strong on how hard you're working, but be able to have an opportunity to go out in the world and actually enjoy that hard work and give that time to your family, and you know, take up if you there's few things that you wanted to do it, whether you need time to work out, whether you need time to you know, play guitar or learn something new or whatever it is. Now is an opportunity where your career and your life is giving you those moments to be able to do that, okay? And your overall, you know, what you need to know right now that's most important, the Star card came out, and with the way that the future is looking here, it goes really well with healing your way of thinking, not being so tied into an expectation that is not reasonable or feasible for your health and for your benefit. you've got it all coming for you, okay? Or it's here, and you know, a lot of it's already here, and now it's just keeping it, and it's letting go of that anxiety that you're gonna have to work like just this inhuman way to make it all meet or to make somebody else happy. It's not, okay? uh, this is a lot to just do with feeling like you want to just leave that past way of thinking behind. You know, you really, it makes you feel good to stay positive and to not overwork yourself, to stay balanced in your communication. And once you get some of these few things worked out, as far as that communication and that letting go of that negative thinking and keeping yourself positive, you know, the universe is telling you as soon as that happens, if it hasn't happened already, you're going to see that positive manifestation come out. So whatever you're working hard on this month and whatever loose ends you're tying up, it looks very positive for you. I know some of those are kind of deep, but it does look positive on where things are going. Okay, so in the end, just, you know, keep your strength about you and know that all of this is all about divine timing, divine will, and the universe being on your side and supporting you, okay? All right, guys. I hope that that helps and resonates, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of the January, okay? Until next time.